Welcome
to the
Meadow Creek
Boys channel.
This base?
This is my base.
Yeah, this is my base. So this is our second video, huh, Braddox? Say yep. Alright, say see you later.
See you later.
Okay. So, as promised, this is our second video. And Brett's going to tell us a little bit about what he did to get to this point.
Alright, so on the last video we showed some of the parts we had. Our basin that we got is a little bit smaller because he's a little bit smaller. And we're using the stick. This is just a everyday old dowel. And then we got a D string, bass string. And all I did here, just drilled a small hole, just enough to get the string through that stick. And I used the old brass ferrule that comes with the string, and we just fed it all the way through, fed the loose end of the string through. This is going to be the top end of the stick. And this gives you a little bit of adjustment, so if you can tension and loosen a little bit. Most of the adjustment is going to be in how you pull the stick back. But this will let you fine tune it a little bit. And on the other end, we got the eye bolts that we're going to mount into the basin. And I know some guys have tried tying knots in here. We were not having good luck with tying a knot. It was slipping pretty bad. So what I did here is I just took this is a Romex staple, but you could use an old nail or something, and I just bent it up with the pliers so I could crimp that together and crimped it down nice and tight. And you might want to use 2 hands and a leg or an extra hands and cramp that down as tight as you can once you get your length figured out. And hopefully it won't slip. And this is going to be kind of a trial. We'll see if this works or doesn't work.
So the length on the stick, the pole, it is at 4 feet tall. But we're just going to have to see. That might be too tall for Braddox. So we're just going to have to see how that works for him. So.
Alright. So we just kind of measured it based on this stick and where it was standing to get it to be pretty close to upright. We know the string will stretch a little bit as it wears in. So that's how we set the length. And then down here on the bottom of the stick, I just cut a little bit of a notch with the handsaw, nothing fancy. Didn't measure or mark anything, just kind of cut a little bit, just so it'll catch this lip of the basin. So that way as he puts it up, it's not going to slide everywhere. And let him pivot a little bit. And then we drilled a hole just to take the eye bolt. It's not going to be super particular because we're going to be using some washers. So if that drilled through there, put washers in there. And I'm still curious to see if this is going to cause problems. If it's going to be too weak, we might have to put some reinforcements underneath the basin. There's a little bit of flex when we pull on it. But for at least right now, we're just putting these fender washers on both sides. And then behind that, a lock washer, a little split lock washer.
And you said to put that split lock washer because what happens when you tighten everything down on that?
Well, the thought is if he's playing this, is going to vibrate quite a bit. And that's the goal, is to make it vibrate. And these split ring washers, see how it's
look at that.
A little off center. As you tighten this nut down, that's going to create, it'll start to smash this together, and that acts like a spring that it wants to separate the nuts apart, and that little bit of spring action and pushing against them is going to keep them from loosening.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully that's enough. If not, we may need to put some thread locker, like Loctite, on there to help glue the threads, but we'll just see how this goes. Tighten these up. that's about it. We'll just put that on there. So once we've tightened that down, we left this long. Our plan is to put a piezo pickup on here, and we'll show that in a different video once we get all the parts ready and show how we're setting that up, because our goal is to hook this into an amp. So that's the only reason why this eye bolt's super long. Otherwise, we probably could have brought it down a lot lower.
Braddock, can you get up there and show us how it's done? Can you guys scoot back a little bit? Keep going back. Keep going back. You guys got to scoot back further so we can see ya. Okay.
Go ahead and pull it back. Try it out.
Let's see. Yeah, what do you think? All right. Thanks for watching, guys. When we do the piezo pickup on there and all that, the rest of this finished stuff, we got to get down on the bottom there. We got to still get it raised up. So we got to make some little feet of some sort.
Under there.
Yep, so it gives the sound off really good. And then that piezo pickup, like Brett was saying. So, go ahead.
For now, I think we'll just use some firewood.
Yeah. All right, guys. Look for our next video on how we're finishing this off. We appreciate all the new followers. We love having you here, and we'll talk to you later.